Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are joined today by our friend, Tammie Lowell. Excited to have her here from Oyate Herbals. Again, going to have a great conversation. She's not new to the show, just this studio in particular. So happy to have her here as a master herbalist and founder of her own company. Welcome to the show today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jill. Glad to be here.
All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself to start, and of course, Oyate Herbals and what that is.
Okay, well, I am a Native American master herbalist from the Lakota Nation. My mother was an herbalist. My father was a full-blood Lakota from Pine Ridge Reservation, so I have some wonderful background on both sides. Being a second-generation herbalist, it's just kind of in my blood. I love working with the herbs. I've been doing this for over 40 years. Of course, that just aged me. I founded Oyate Herbals back in 2012. Oyate actually means my family, my tribe. That's who brought me to bringing these wonderful traditional medicines to the people, and I just love doing everything that I do.
Beautiful. Well, we're excited to have you here and to talk more about your one-stop shop apothecary, as you say. So, by the way, just to start off, the website where people can reach you
is oyateherbals.com. I am also on Facebook and I am on Instagram. You can also get me at both of my stores. I have a apothecary in my home in Florissant, Colorado, and I have another store in Lake City, Colorado.
Perfect. And by the way, if you go to the website, it's I got to look at it before, so you could shop there. There's so much that you have to offer. And I know you've been talking about your company for so long here, especially on the show. But the first thing that I pulled up on the website, which mostly everyone's going to do, is this high potency full spectrum. So we're talking even CBD. Like, can you tell us, I mean, where did you want to start? It's your show. So let me, I mean, there's so many different products. Where did you want to focus on today?
You know, I have got so much to offer. Like you said, we have CBDs. We've got a full skincare line. All of my products that I created is called Comfort Mountain. I live in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, and I use comfrey, which is a really phenomenal herb. It's a controversial herb. The FDA actually tried to keep it out of the United States back in 2001 for internal consumption, but for topicals and everything, it is so versatile. It works with so much, and I use it in the majority of my skincare products. It actually speeds up the healing process quicker than any herb that you can use out there.
Perfect. And by the way, there's also stuff for people out there, pain relief. So natural stuff for pain relief. I mean, I grew up in New York. My parents taught me, oh, aspirin, Tylenol, pain. Tell me, that's not good for our body. What type of things do you offer for people suffering with pain, even chronic pain we deal with in our bodies?
It is. And the one thing that I want to come right out the door and let everybody realize that most of pain, even chronic pain, comes from inflammation. So if we reduce the inflammation, then that's going to help with the pain all the way around. So comfrey is an anti-inflammatory. It is inside my pain salve. My pain salve is probably my best seller. It has comfrey, it has arnica, it has calendula, and it has 100 milligrams of Rick Simpson oil. So we've got 4 anti-inflammatories. I use pure organic grade essential oils that opens up those pores. So that salve really goes deep into the muscles. I've actually seen it heal 3 different people's torn rotator cuffs and kept them out of surgery.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow,
it's amazing. My clients, they help me so much because they call me up and go, oh my God, this happened. I used it on this. I used it on that. I really didn't understand the broadness of what this salve was going to do when I first developed it, and it's just phenomenal. It makes my heart feel good.
And just to know behind the product, I mean, your knowledge and expertise, and you're making all this yourself. Can you explain to me as an herbalist?
Yes,
wow.
Yes, I do. Yes, I infuse the oils. You have to really know what you're doing when you infuse these oils, because comfrey is a very sensitive herb. Arnica is a little tough offer, but you've got to be able to infuse these at the right temperatures for the right amount of time to the right consistencies and strengths. Then you have to put it in there. You have to put the right emulsifiers to make it so it's nice and soft going on, because who wants to put on something that's going to be hard and everything? You're already hurting. You want something that's going to go on nice and smooth. You also want something that's going to absorb. So I use jojoba oil, and jojoba is closest to our natural sebum. They actually use that in labs to
Wow.
simulate human sebum. So then you don't have a lot of allergic reaction, and it absorbs so nice. You're not walking around all greasy, and you feel so much better.
Can I ask you just a personal question? I've always had naturally very thin, fine baby hair, right? And my mom did it, my sister doesn't. And so then I spent 20 years wearing hair extensions, and I still do. But right now they've been out for like 2 months. So I have very fine, thin hair. What am I lacking in my diet, or maybe with an herb that could potentially help with that? Any suggestions? Because you have gorgeous thick hair.
Thank you.
You do.
It's a native thing, I'll tell you that. I mean, we've been blessed. But thank you very much. So depending, I'm not sure what your diet is like, but diet is key. So, I mean, if you're putting a lot of chemicals in your systems and things like that, that can actually stunt hair growth. So, you want to watch your sugar intakes, you want to watch your chemical intakes and things like that, just on a broad spectrum. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but I know we only have a short period of time. I would recommend either rose hips or rosemary. Both of those are really good. You can add that to your shampoos, you can add it to your conditioners, and it really does help stimulate that growth. Make sure that you also are using shampoos and conditioners that don't have alcohol in it. Alcohol dries your hair out. And if you read the ingredients on any of our body care products, like the second ingredient is alcohol.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think mostly
Yeah.
everything
So
is.
yeah. So watch your parabens, watch your sulfates, aluminums, things like that that's inside of these products. Those are put into those products as what they call, quote, preservatives. Well, they're not necessary. Everything I do is 100% chemical free. So I do it. I've been doing it for years. The beauty care industry, of course, is a $400 billion industry. And they're that way because they keep you coming back, because they give you just enough of the good stuff and then just enough of the bad stuff where you need to repeat it.
Interesting. Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm allowed to speak freely here. Doesn't mean anything, but my aunt is a hairdresser, and she told me, "Oh, about this amazing new product I have, and everyone's talking about it." And she told me the name. This was just last week. And I Googled it. The first thing I Googled is like the class action lawsuit that came out like the day before. It's just like karma about hair loss. It's Olaplex. Again, not saying it's true or not, but
Right.
yeah, people are buying this product and shampooing, and they're saying they're losing their hair. So it's like, oh my goodness, like who do you trust? Are they ingredients really natural? Reading through it, they're not.
Yeah. Well, and I even have my issues with the organic and natural industry, because they can turn around and say, oh, it's organic, as long as they have one or two organic herbs that's inside of it, or something organic that they've had certified. But then they turn around and put all these other so-called chemicals in it to preserve it, which, yes, it may be organic, but it's only partially organic. And then the rest of it, then it cancels it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And you figure you've got, and I really hope people understand that 60% of what you put onto your body absorbs into your bloodstream.
Yeah. And all the makeup products as well. That's another
Yeah.
thing. So that's why
Yeah.
can I ask you, tell me about your skincare product line? Specifically, what types of products do you offer?
I have 9 different lotions. Now, my base is all the same, but I use different herbs inside of it. Comfrey is always inside of my lotions, because we want to speed up that healing process. We want to actually heal your dry skin versus just moisturize it. So if you buy my lotions, you're not only going to moisturize your skin, we're going to heal the dry skin. You're not going to need lotion as often. I blow people away when I tell them, you know what, we're at a show, put some lotion on. I have a tester. Now I want you to go wash your hands. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, go in and wash your hands. They come back their hands are still soft, you can still feel it because it's actually adheres to the skin, it absorbs and it does what it's supposed to do. I also have I call it a face cream or an anti-aging wrinkle cream. It helps knit the collagens. It's high in vitamin C. It
Mm-hmm.
also has a mild organic sunscreen in it, which I also have an actual organic sunscreen. I call it Canoe Siwi, which means blocking of the sun. It's about an SPF of a 30. It's even safe for babies.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Tammie, remind us again how we can reach out to you. Would you mind just sharing best form all forms of contact before we continue?
Absolutely. So the best way is to order or go on my website, which is oyateherbals.com. If you want to know where I'm at, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram under Oyate Herbals. I'm underneath both of those. You can get my direct number off of any of those. So text me, call me. I do personal free consultations to assist with any of your needs that you would have. So there's a lot of different avenues. I also have 2 stores, Florissant, Colorado, Lake City, Colorado. So the best place to find me basically or know where I'm at, follow me on Instagram and Facebook because I always post where I'm going to be.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. Awesome. So, again, as an herbalist, you're working with, oh my God, the knowledge is expansive. We talked about pain relief. We talked about skincare, hair care. What about, let me ask you this question, because I think society in general is really anxious and stressed out, especially since the pandemic. Is there
Oh yeah.
something that you offer that kind of can calm us or even boost our immune system to help people not get so sick?
Yes, I make a full line of tinctures. I have a stress and anxiety relief tincture that has ashwagandha and kava kava in it. I have another one that's called Calm and Focus, which has ashwagandha and kanna. So the stress and anxiety relief helps more for anxiety. The Calm and Focus deals with more of the anxiety and depression. I have an immune boost tincture that literally covers all your essential minerals because a lot of people don't eat right. I actually developed that one right at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody that has taken it has avoided COVID, which blew me away. I'm like, there's got to be
Wow.
somebody. I did a whole research on everybody. I said, everybody, I need to know, did you use COVID? Because everybody's going, the immune boost is keeping me from
Wow.
getting COVID. I'm like, oh my goodness. I carry stuff for people if they do have COVID. I carry quinine bark, which I know that was a big thing, hydrochloroquine and all that stuff that came out. Well, I have that. So I have a full line of herbal tinctures that can assist with anything. I help people with diabetes, with alcoholism, drug addicts. I'm actually a phytotherapist as well. So I help people get off of prescription medications, that don't want to no longer be putting these chemicals into their systems to be able to assist and get off of those. The herbs I use and what we do as a phytotherapist is not designed to keep you on them. It's designed to help you learn how to restore homeostasis so you can heal your body. Excuse me.
Impressive. And
Thank
could
you.
you share some client experience and stories? Obviously people are loving what you do, keeps you in business because you're great at what you do. Could you share some stories?
Absolutely. I actually had a client call me this morning. She has been through a lot of extreme stress. She was on several different anti-anxiety medications, things like this. Well, long-term anti-anxiety medications, depression and medications actually can cause a lot of suicidal thoughts. She unfortunately ended up going down that road. She found me. We have got her off of those medications, which she pretty much took herself off anyway. She's using the stress and anxiety tincture, the kava, which is what I call the herbal equivalent to like a Xanax. But it doesn't have the horrible side effects. She has minimized her alcohol intake. She's lowered her smoking. She's done all of these things, and and as a life coach and things like that, I also assist her in that way. She calls me and told me this morning. She says, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. I didn't want to go to the bar after work. I was able to just go home and chill. She says, this is amazing. She couldn't thank me enough. So that was just my this morning experience. So
Wow. Amazing. And my goodness. And yeah, your skin looks amazing as well. I'm
thank you.
assuming from your skincare products.
Yeah.
Helps
Yeah.
with fine lines. I'm in my middle 40s. I'm 45, right? So like everything's starting to creep up, and then all this one's getting their Botox and fillers, and I'm like, wait, like I've done Botox before. I haven't in a while, but no fillers yet. But I'm like, wrinkles are upon me. It's going to
Yep.
happen. Is there like a
Yep.
daily supplement that you offer for people to take, like a vitamin in a sense, with like the best of
Yes.
everything in one?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They're actually on my website. I work with a holistic doctor. We call her Dr. Amy. She actually developed this B vitamin that is a hydroxyl B versus a methyl B. We do not absorb as humans methyl Bs as well as you do hydroxyl Bs. So you get that absorbency. B vitamins are huge for the skin. It's also huge for our mental stability. That's one of the things that they have found, even doctors, if you talk to them, lack of B's has a lot to do with our mental health. So if you're feeling better mentally, physically, you just shine. But yeah, you need those B vitamins, and it is a sublingual B spray. I carry it. It is a wonderful thing. I personally, believe it or not, am a cancer survivor. I had leukemia,
Oh my
and
goodness.
thanks to CBD, I have been stable for the last 6, almost 7 years now. Yeah, but I never did chemo. I didn't do any of that stuff, but I didn't absorb B vitamins. And that's how I met Dr. Amy. We was at a conference in Las Vegas, and we got to talking, found out that this B is actually the only B that I'm able to absorb.
Wow.
And it works wonders. And it doesn't give you the jitters. You actually get a mental clarity and the B vitamins that you need at the same time.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, she markets it as actually as an energy spray. So it's kind of got a dual purpose to it. But yeah, it's amazing when it comes to just the absorbency of the bees that everybody is lacking. So we don't get it in our foods. Our foods are all chemicals. We don't have food. We eat substances a lot of times. I mean, it's food like substances, as my late husband used to call it.
Oh my goodness. Well, sorry about your loss. I'm excited to hear about your cure, in the sense that you beat the cancer.
I did.
Can can I ask you a question about, everyone talks so importantly about gut health these days? Gut health, gut health, gut
Yes,
health, and the
huge.
the biome and do you have something for that helps us?
I do. I do. I mean, anybody, I recommend that you definitely get on some pre and probiotics of some type. That is very, very, very important. But I have an herb that's called cat's claw. Cat's claw is phenomenal for restoring gut health. It's really amazing. I've seen people with Crohn's disease, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome that,
That's what I
couldn't
have.
eat.
I was going there next,
Oh,
but go ahead, go
lady, you
ahead.
need cat's claw.
Go
Cat's
ahead.
claw is wonders. I had a girlfriend many years ago, couldn't eat any salad. She'd eat a salad and that's it. The woman was on the toilet. It was bad. 2 weeks of cat's claw, she was eating salads again. And yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, cat's claw is phenomenal for that. So yeah, cat's claw is a good one. Just about anything when it comes to the stomach. I mean, that is our core to everything. So we want to rebalance that. CBD is really, really good for rebalancing everything. I tell people to, even if you are on it for 3 months, you can rebalance that endocannabinoid system, so that way you can restore homeostasis, so your body can start healing itself. I mean, that's technically designed what we're supposed to do, so that way we can fight off disease. But we have not went down those roads anymore. Everybody's all about convenience. They're about go, 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 eat the hamburger, eat the fast food, because we're a society of complacency. We really need to start thinking differently if we want to stop this cycle of passing on all of this diabetes and cancers and everything to the younger generations.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much. So,
You're
and then it's
welcome.
cat claw, correct?
Cat's claw, yes.
Cat's claw. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh no,
And
you're fine. Cat claw, cat's claw,
all right, good enough.
yeah.
I wanted. I heard of White Claw. I think it's an alcohol. I've never drank it before, but and I love cats. Let me ask you because I myself suffer with severe IBS. I've been told that since I was born. And
Oh, bless your
2010, I
heart.
went to the best doctors in the United States out to Temple University. They did every transit study, camera test, every allergy test, every lactose intolerance test. They're just like, whoa, we don't know what's wrong. As soon as you eat, you bloat, no matter what it is. And
Mhm.
I've been dealing with it. And there's days in my life, and I'm honest about it. I have no choice. I used to work in television full time. There's days I couldn't eat because my stomach would bloat so bad. And I'm working on the
Right.
morning show, getting up at 2, 3 in the morning. That also messes with your digestion. And there's nothing, no, and I'm from New York. No gastroenterologist could figure it out. And the only one thing, the solution was here, take Xanax. It'll help relieve the bloat and the gas, which is true. When I go to sleep, I'll pass gases, but I don't want to be on Xanax. I want to be in a controlled
Right.
substance. That's just relieving my symptoms, not getting to the root cause.
Exactly. And that is what I am trying
That's
to
why
bring
you're
that
here.
awareness around. I want people, I want to get these very wonderful traditional medicines out there because we don't want to mask the symptoms. Granted, I've got stuff that's going to be able to help with that to get you through until we can rebalance your system. And then you can start, having that better way of life. And I mean, I've wrote articles, I've done so many different talks about that. How you live in a balance of that mind, body, spirit is so huge.
Yeah.
It's not just those things, but doctors don't think about that. Doctors don't that mean realistically, if the pharmaceutical companies and the doctors really would do what they needed to do and do the cures, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. But it's easier to take a pill. People want convenience. They don't want to work for it.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen like I said, I think about it in a Lakota way of looking at things. We look at things that whatever we do today is going to affect somebody 7 generations ahead. If everybody thought that way, what's going to happen 7 generations ahead? What are we going to do? Diabetes is hereditary only because we didn't stop it 7 generations ago.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. We still have 4 minutes left on the show, Tammie. What else did you want to share? It would go so quick, right?
Oh, I would just like to share that I really, really enjoy doing what I do, and that please, anybody reach out to me. I take the time to talk. I take the time to go through things, whatever it is. We don't have to be face to face. I can Zoom with somebody. We can talk over the phone. Don't hesitate to reach out. It doesn't matter what your situation is that you've got going on. It doesn't matter what part of the country you live in. I'm here. And if you can't get in touch with me, reach out to somebody who is knowledgeable. Don't use herbs just because somebody told you to use them. Please, please get in touch with somebody who is educated, who's got the background, because they can be used improperly and cause damage if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, it's so true. So if someone wants to reach out to you, do you offer like an initial consultation to get to the
Yes,
root cause, at the root bottom of what they need? I mean, how does that work?
absolutely.
Because they
Yeah.
can go to the website and buy something, they may not know if it's right for them. So I'm assuming it'd be great to talk to you directly.
Yes. So if you go to my website, go to the contact information. You can either email me, you can text me. My cell phone is there. You can give me a call. If you find me, if it's easier to go through Messenger or on Instagram or Facebook, you can contact me through there. If you are in my local area, don't hesitate to show up, see me face to face. You can find out where I'm at. I do a lot of holistic fairs throughout, if you're in Colorado, throughout the whole Front Range, so you know where I'm at. You can come talk with me personally at one of those if I'm in your local area. I also have all of the videos that we do is also uploaded on the website. So go and listen to them. You can learn a lot. I do a lot of different educational things, and yeah, just reach out to me. Don't hesitate. I'm right
Great.
here for anybody that needs it.
Thank you so much. Tammie, one more time, tell us how we can reach you.
Oyateherbals.com, Facebook, Instagram, my cell phone, or come see me in Florissant or Lake City, Colorado.
Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. Looking forward to the next time we speak or whoever it's with. You really
Right?
are real shining light. Beautiful. Thank you so much for enlightening us all today. And I'm going to go check your website more later. Have a great
Yeah,
day,
get that
sweetheart.
cat's claw, lady. I'm telling you, it is going to help you out a ton.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Have a
You're
great
welcome.
day.
Thank you, Jill.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.